A lot of parents think their child is a little prince or princess and may enter them in pageants to compete for a real crown, but these competitions aren't always what they seem. We welcome back Heather Clary from the Better Business Bureau with some tips to avoid when it comes to pageants that could turn into a royal pain for your pocketbook.
Right, and you know, some of these are very legitimate, and it's a fun experience for the family and the child, but you really want to look into what the child's getting involved in. A lot of times it's for kids or teenagers, maybe a college age one. So, and the whole Better Business Bureau system has actually been discussing this issue. In 2010, Better Business Bureaus nationwide got 10,000 inquiries from consumers about various pageant companies that had set up and were offering these events for kids and other folks to compete in. So, thought we'd bring this up. Sometimes we get inquiries about that or complaints, and just bring up some things you should keep in mind, especially with summer here. There might be some pageants that are traveling around for parents to keep in mind before actually signing up, because one thing the pageants are not is free. They are not free. There are costs to that. Find out about the reputation of the pageant company. Not only check it out with the BBB, but find out, how long have they been operating. Longevity says a lot about a company. Who runs it? Who are the directors of this organization? Usually it is a for-profit company that puts these things on. So find out that information. Also, before signing up, you want to know what the total cost is. It's easy to get excited and swept away, and your little girl wants to wear the beautiful dresses, but there are costs. They'll often ask families to raise sponsorship fees to cover accommodations, expenses for the staff running the pageant, and so forth. So find out all of that and what benefit might come from it. What does the child get? Do they get to advance on? Are there other prizes or maybe even scholarships involved? What's the criteria used in these pageants? Find out exactly what those are. Maybe your child meets up to those or does not. Perhaps get references from past participants or winners, testimonials from those folks. This was a good experience for me. And, of course, because there was money, what happens if the child cannot take part in it for some reason? Do you get a refund? Find out what that refund policy is. Or if the thing gets canceled for some reason due to lack of participation, we've heard of that happening, what's the refund policy on that? So read any contract you have very carefully, like we say with any deal, so that you know exactly what your responsibilities are and the contestants' responsibilities and rights are when you get into this situation. And hopefully it'll be a nice experience, but just a word to the wise so you don't break the bank doing this, but have a good experience and get involved with a good organization.
Yeah, and there are lots of these that are tried and true. The county fairs are big this time of year, and those are established systems, but just make sure you know what you're getting.
But some of them are part of a bigger network that compete on larger levels, so just kind of look into it carefully so that there's no big disappointment or anything.
Good advice.